I'm Insomniac and welcome to my channel. I had actually recorded a video maybe about half an hour ago, and where I'd been messing about with the new webcam, I was looking at the settings and seeing sort of what things it had on it, and I'd accidentally, the last time I was on it, clicked text overlay, and yeah, so when I looked back at the video, it showed the video and then it said please write something, like it was like a, I don't know, 3-inch banner along the bottom that said that, and I've been trying to get rid of it and I can't, so hi. Right, so yeah, it is Saturday the 23rd of April and just a little before 12:30 in the afternoon. I'm sorry I didn't do a video earlier this week. I have been waiting for Endocrinology to call me with the blood and urine results. I did try chasing it up on this Tuesday and Wednesday, and they said they'd, like the receptionist for the endocrinologist or secretary for her, said, yeah, don't worry, I'll see if we've got your results and if we can get the endocrinologist to give you a call, like for an update. So I was like, oh yeah, thanks for that. By the way, are you also able to check that a referral's gone in for the MRI and the water deprivation test? And she said, yeah, I can do that, that's fine. Hopefully you'll hear something, but it might not be today. That was on the Wednesday. So I thought, well, we'll see if the endocrinologist calls on Friday, because she can sometimes call about 5:30. So I didn't want to do a video sooner and then do the video, get the phone call, and then like, oh no, what do I do now? So yeah, I waited for the phone call that never came, really. So that was that. I'm still waiting on it. Hopefully I'll hear something maybe by Tuesday next week. If I haven't, I'll have to rechase again. Yeah, I'll do that. So that's to chase for my blood and urine results as well. Let's see, so oh, it's been such a relief having that Holter monitor off. I mean, as you know, I had to wear it for a week, full 7 days, and the first maybe day was not too bad, and that was put on in the afternoon. But by the following morning, like having slept in it, oh my god, I was starting to get really kind of like itchy, like just at the top ribs, like just sort of like here, where the sticky pads were and the electrodes and everything. And yeah, I ended up, as you saw in my previous video, quite bad reaction at the tops of my ribs. Here wasn't so bad. I mean, there was a bit of sort of like a rash and stuff. That's mostly gone. It still doesn't feel quite smooth, but yeah, the actual circle rash bit has disappeared there, so that's good. And these ones are clearing up quite nicely. I just use a standard cream that's been around since I don't even know how long. But they had an actual itch version of this dry skin cream. I thought, that might be better, so I got that, and yeah, it's working really, really well. So I just don't know if I'm allowed to mention the name of it or if that's classed as advertising, or so I'm not going to mention it in the video. Right, so that's that. Yeah, chasing all of those up, that's good. Now I've gone blank because I was talking about something earlier and I can't remember what. Oh yeah, appointment coming up with my psychiatrist on the 3rd, telephone appointment. I'll see if they'll put me on lamotrigine. Fingers crossed he will. But I think if I go on that, then I have to come off the trazodone, which I was initially put on for night terrors and sleepwalking and sleep eating. It helped with the sleepwalking and sleep eating. And the night terrors a bit. Oh, and nightmares I was put on it for as well. It didn't do a thing for nightmares whatsoever. But it did stop me sleep eating, and sleepwalking diminished quite a lot on it. So I stayed taking that trazodone medication. But I saw that there's actually, is it called an interaction between trazodone and lamotrigine that's not very good. So obviously what we'd like to do, I think, is lamotrigine is the only mood stable I could go on that won't make me chuck on a whole bunch of weight and and just fall into a deep depression. So hopefully what I can do is get started on that, come off of the trazodone. That shouldn't take too long. Have done it before and it was relatively simple. And anyhow, the trazodone isn't helping with the sleepwalking anymore, and I've been eating in the middle of the night, but I'm awake when I do it. I wake up like super duper hungry, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, craving sugar and salt. So I'm like eating chocolate biscuits or having a packet of crisps or some cheese and crackers at that time of the morning, and that can't go on because I will start chucking on weight more so, even more than I have been, and that's a big no-no for me. So yeah, so we'll see about getting put on that drug, and hopefully that will help things, and it will stop me going into a very, very low depression. Hopefully it'll work by then and prevent the bad crash of bipolar. So I told you I'm already feeling like I have like moments of energy now, but I feel a little bit flat in the moments that I'm not hypermanic, and sort of flat. I can't think. Yeah, and just like the opposite, like not talkative, no energy. I just want to sleep all the time. So I can feel the depression is slightly there, and I don't want it to get worse. So I'm just scared that when all of the hypermania goes, that I'm just going to go and sink like a rock. So yeah, we'll get those meds in place first, and it's got a couple of weeks to work hopefully, and should be okay. Fingers crossed. I have actually been on it before, but the time I was on it before and tried it out, I was on sodium valproate, and those two you are not meant to mix together at all. I don't know why they didn't notice that, like the psychiatrist had at the time. I don't know how they didn't notice, but yeah, I got not suicidal ideation. It was basically not even a suicide thing. It was, I felt an urge, trigger warning, I'll say now, I felt an urge to hurt myself. So I went into the kitchen. I've been looking at the knife a little too long, thinking like just things going through my head, about hurting myself in some way, and I haven't had that for a long time. I managed to stop it. What I'd do is, if it happened, it would mostly happen when I'm by myself. So what I'd do, say if my partner went to bed, I'd make sure as soon as those thoughts started coming thick and fast, I'd go to bed too, to protect myself. That was scary. I did tell my psychiatrist about it, and she said, right, you come straight off of that. But at the time I didn't know it was the sodium valproate mixed with the lamotrigine that had caused that. So now I'm not on sodium valproate anymore. Hopefully it'll be okay. If not, then I really don't know, because I don't want to have to change my antipsychotic, because I've been on risperidone Consta since 2015. so I don't want to change that one because my weight sort of got a little bit more on an even keel. I didn't get to where I needed to be, but I was on a bit more of an even keel. And then I quit smoking, my cat died and everything as well, so I have totally forgotten where my train of thought went. Yeah, completely. That's like, I told you about my finger last week. I won't show it again, don't worry, but it is healing nicely. On my way coming into my room earlier, oh, nearly forgot, tea, so I'm about to talk about. So as I was coming into my bedroom earlier, I had my cup of tea and I wasn't concentrating, like my mind was just elsewhere, but I don't know where, I just wasn't there. And I ended up somehow spilling about a quarter of the cup of tea all over the floor. And I was like, Pete's sake. So I cleared it up and everything, but it just reminds me of when I was speaking to my dad, when was it? A week or so ago, and I was telling him about obviously the knife accident. What else was there? There was the knife. Oh yeah, I shaved my leg. Duh, of course. I cut my leg shaving because I was shaving and then my mind just suddenly did this thing where it wasn't there again and ended up cutting, like nicking, you know, the bottom of your ankle at the back, sort of there, where it doesn't stop bleeding for ages. I managed to cut there. There was another thing. There were a few things that happened when my attention just wasn't there, and then there'd be an accident of some sort. That's it. I was making a tea one time. This is all in the space of a few weeks. Making a tea one time, and then my mind just wasn't there again, and I was overly pouring the water into the cup, and it was splashing out and going all over the side. And I thought, like, crap, what's going on here? So yeah, it's been a few things like that, and I mentioned it to my dad, not about the tea a minute ago, but he's like, you don't think you've got dementia, do you, or Parkinson's? No, well, dementia is actually a set of symptoms, isn't it, that can be related to lots of different things. It isn't just dementia. But yeah, I said no, so I don't think it'll be anything quite like that. I don't even think dementia's in our family at all, you know, luckily, very lucky. Like on my mum and my dad's side, I think, you know, we're quite lucky that way. I think it's, I don't know, it's like absent-minded, that's the word I'm looking for. I just become absent-minded and then these accidents happen. And my dad was saying, well, you've got to learn to concentrate. I was like, but Dad, nobody concentrates making a cup of tea, or, you know, needs to overly concentrate when cutting a bit of cheese, you know, but I just use up so much energy trying to concentrate. And I shouldn't have to, actually, with these things, you know. But I'm going to mention that. I was thinking absent-minded. I will write that down because I do need to mention that, because it's getting beyond insane and I'm becoming more forgetful. Words I'm forgetting even more frequently than I ordinarily do. It's not just the bipolar brain, it's something different. It feels different. Well, that's that. I'm trying to remember everything I discussed on the other video, and it's really hard because I didn't write anything down. So we did that. The bathroom's being done, so I've not been able to nap in the afternoon or late morning, so that's been really, really tough, like, on me. I've just been so exhausted. I just feel like I could sleep all day, but I can't. Like, not even that. Even if I wanted to, I actually couldn't. I can't get off to sleep in the afternoons anymore. I need to try, like, so that I can rest my eyes and rest my body, but that's all I get now, rest, and like just a few hours broken sleep in the middle of the night. It's insane, and it can't go on. I'm so sorry that I'm not like more chirpier. I'm trying to be. I am trying to be, but I just not really feeling it. Just just exhausted. My brain's exhausted. My body's exhausted. It's just not a nice place to be at the moment. It could be a lot worse. There's a lot worse going on in the world. A lot worse going on that could go on with my bipolar and the endocrinology and everything. Everything's coming back okay. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. We've got the glucose tolerance test coming up. That will be on the 6th of... I'm so sorry, it's itchy. That will be on the 6th of May. Like I said, that's at a hospital several miles away, so my partner will take me, as he does to all my hospital appointments, but he will take me, and if it's a 2-hour appointment, he'll just hang around in the town, probably look in a few shops, have coffee, bite to eat maybe. It's easy to kill 2 hours, but if it's 5 hours, that's a bit different. That can get quite boring. Even I couldn't look around somewhere for 5 hours. Like, I couldn't do it. I'd be bored to tears. Unless it's like something scenic or something, but like a town centre, yeah. They're nice, but not 5-hour nice. So I said, I called them up to try and find out, is it the 2 or the 5-hour long appointment, because my partner's taking me. If it's 2 hours, he can hang around like in the town, but if it's 5 hours, it's best he goes home and then comes back to collect me. They said they weren't entirely sure. I also said I hadn't received the appointment by letter, only over the phone. So she says she'll find out how long the appointment will be, and then she will write to me and give me the appointment date and time and everything. It's already been arranged by phone, but I'll have it in letter form. And I did say, do I have to prepare in any way? Like, is there anything I should or shouldn't do? She said no. But I swear I've been reading that you're not supposed to drink caffeine for like 12 or 24 hours beforehand. So I don't actually know what to do in regards to that. I don't know. When I speak to my endocrinologist, I will ask her, because the other lady, she will know medical things, but it's more sort of reception based, isn't it? It's not at a clinical level. So I might ask my endocrinologist, should I avoid anything? I even said to the lady, is there like a leaflet or pamphlet so I could prepare for it? She said, no, there isn't. I can look to see if we've got any, but we don't ordinarily send them out. I was like, well, if you do have one, could you please send one out with the appointment letter? And she said, yes, that would be fine. If we have one, we will send one. So that's good. If you give me 1 minute, sorry. Just having my cup of tea. I normally like it boiling hot, and this is like warm. Over tepid still, but not as hot as I like it. Nice cup of PG tips. There'll be arguments over that. People will be like, no, Typhoon, no, Yorkshire, no, Twinings. Twinings is nice, but I mean, we can't all afford, Twinings every day of the week, especially considering I drink about 15 to 20 cups of tea a day, if not more. So I'm not splashing out crazy money on Twinings when I go through that much. It wouldn't last. So, but PG Tips is much more purse friendly. So, and it tastes good. I'm not keen on Tetley though. I don't like Tetley. And Yorkshire and Typhoon are too strong. Typhoon's got a slightly strange taste. I'm not sure about that one. So sorry, I just want to quickly get this done. And we're done. So, lovely cup of tea now out of the way. Right, so I can't remember if I've said this yet, but I had said it in the other video, and I think I left it to about this point. I'm thinking I should hear something back from my endocrinologist next week. Hoping early week, Tuesday. If I haven't heard by late Tuesday morning, I will call again. So that hopefully I would have spoken to my endocrinologist or got some more information by Wednesday. That would be great. But other than that, I'm thinking maybe we should try live. I mean, what do you think? Do you think I know I haven't got a whole load of subscribers or anything yet. I think I've got one still. But more people are watching the videos, so people are there. So I am thinking if we do just like a practice sort of live on Saturday, next Saturday, the 30th, I think that would be 29th or 30th of April. If we do that, say 7 p.m. UK time, that would be great. We could just, hopefully I'll have a bit more medical information to give you. And yeah, we can have a little bit of a back and forth. It'd be nice to have that instead of just me talking at you guys all the time. Like, it would be nice to hear some feedback because I don't really get anything back. And it would be nice to, you know, for you guys to introduce yourselves and to be a part in this. That would be absolutely great. Making new friends. Okay, right, I'm going to go for now because it's been a little over 20 minutes, and I will see you probably Wednesday again, just for a regular video, and then the following Saturday, well no, Saturday next week, the date I just said, we will try that live. We'll try it for maybe about 20 minutes, same length of this video. We'll see how we go. And then obviously the big live that we do, the big live, but the one where I'll know what I'm doing, will be after seeing the endocrinologist and having a little bit more information. So yeah, that'd be great. So you guys take care till then, and I will speak to you next week. So take care and bye for now.